But first, we're going to talk about some of our favorite Hell in a Cell matches.
Random match of the week, number 2.
Are we going to call it random match of the week?
I think we could come up with a better name.
Yeah, but for
how
now...
about recommendation of the week, or hey, watch this of the week, or hey, match of the week.
I think match of the week makes it sound like it happened that week.
I suppose. Yeah, you're correct. How about
Monday.
Joe's pick of the week, Shop's pick of the week? That's it.
Joe and Shop's pick of the week.
No, Joe and Shop have different picks, you dummy.
Joe and Shop's picks of the week.
Joe and Shop's picks of the week. Yeah, I like that better than.
We'll figure it out.
Random match of the week. We'll figure it out. This is still a work in progress. We don't have anybody watching us anyways. We do have 11 subscribers now.
Okay, so I think you went first last time, so I'll go first this time.
Good. I'm not good at going first.
All right. So there was like a 3-way tie here for Hell in a Cell matches I was going to talk about. It was Dean and Seth 2014 because I genuinely think...
Real quick. We have a viewer request to talk about something real quick.
Okay.
Sasha's butt.
Yeah, it was like out the whole match.
Okay, keep going.
I didn't see any Instagram memes about it at all. I saw absolutely none. It's not like Instagram memes. We're gonna make a video about Instagram memes one of these days. Anyways, it was either Dean and Seth 2014 Hell in a Cell because I genuinely think that's really underrated. If you watch that match, and
I remember watching that match live. It was very good.
If you watch that match and forget about the ending, it's really freaking good. Like it did exactly what Sasha and Charlotte should have done in regards to the actual bulk of the match, where they had that big spot at the beginning where they both fall and then they get in the cell and then they just keep going. They bring in the cinder blocks and they do all this crazy stuff. It's great, but not going to talk about that.
I remember watching that match live. It was a very good one, but I left that match so pissed off.
Yeah, the ending ruined the whole thing.
Oh,
but anyway, we're not here to talk about that. The other one was the 6-man Hell in a Cell, which
I did watch that because that's what we're doing. In case you guys don't know.
I'm throwing a curveball.
We are watching our own matches.
Maybe I'm throwing a curveball.
Okay, throw me a curveball.
But yeah, that's a great match. But match that I'm recommending because I just remembered that it existed 5 hours ago. And I'm supposed to sell you on a match, and you told me that you watched the 6-man Hell in a Cell match, so you can't do that.
I actually fell asleep halfway through it and woke up for the ending. Not kidding. Anyways, keep going. I was like, I gotta watch this because, respectful for the podcast. I'm gonna watch Joe's recommendation of the week. Keep going.
All right. Mine is Triple H versus Batista at Vengeance for the world title.
What? Let me guess. This is Vengeance 2005.
Yes.
Oh, I took a complete guess because
WrestleMania 21. When was that?
2005. They probably wrestled around then because that was a year after Evolution was the thing, so they probably broke up. So they're probably still feuding around then.
So they had the main event at 21. Batista beats Triple H for the world title. Everything's all great. Then they have a rematch. Batista wins that. Now they're at Vengeance, Hell in a Cell. Everything's on the line. This match I think it's a really, really underrated Hell in a Cell match. Not a lot of people talk about it. And you want to know the one thing that puts this match away from all the other ones that keeps it unique?
Yeah, what about it, buddy?
There's a steel chair wrapped in barbed wire.
There's a steel chair. That sounds just weird.
It's exactly what you think it is. It's great, okay? And it makes this match, honestly. I think the steel chair, but wrapped in barbed wire, is an underrated weapon.
How bloody is this match?
It's very bloody. Very, very bloody.
I'm glad I remember blood.
I had the Hell in a Cell DVD they came out with probably in 2008 or 9. And if you open the front cover, just Batista's bloody face is right first thing you see, and you're like, oh, that's nice.
It's on the cover?
It's on the front cover, like a box set, you open it up.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm very glad.
And I was always weirded out by that, but the actual match is amazing. It's also funny because
I thought you were about to say it was hilarious.
It is hilarious because the steel chair wrapped in barbed wire. But yeah,
okay. So is it actually a good match though, quality wise?
It's a pretty good. Yeah, it's a very good match. Yeah, I recommend it. It's great. There's so many good Hell in a Cell matches. I don't know, but this one's like a hidden gem. I wouldn't say it's my favorite. Even though we marketed this segment as our favorite Hell in a Cell matches, didn't we?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying too, because I'm going to go into mine now. Like, more, if we're talking my favorite Hell in a Cell match, it's probably, like, personally wise, like, I would say Undertaker Triple H at WrestleMania 28, because that's such a high quality match. Like, I don't think anybody can disagree with that match being, like, just two of the greatest wrestlers ever, with one of the greatest on the sidelines as a referee, just beating the hell out of each other, and there's just a lot of story and emotion into it. When that match finishes, you're like, wow, this was big. Like, that was a big match. Like, that match is very good.
Honestly,
not my favorite.
My three favorite are the ones that I listed earlier.
Okay, well, that's probably my three favorite. If we're talking probably my favorite on my mind, like the one I'll always go back to of Hell in a Cell matches is I'm a generic motherfucker. I'm going to go King of the Ring 1998. It's not my favorite. It's not my recommendation of the week. But if we're just going for like pure big spots, pure like, oh my god, like literally Hell in a Cell, above it, next to it, whatever the hell.
Through it.
Hell in a Cell is that match with Mankind versus Undertaker, because Mankind gets the shit beat out of him. Oh my god, I can't talk. I'm so tired. Gets the shit beat out of him. Falls off of the cell, falls through the cell, has a tack bump, gets just destroyed, and you are just, as a masochist, kind of watching it and enjoying it, and you're like, wow, this is something else. Like, you're not going to see a match like that ever again. There's not another match like that you can see. And it is literally the definition of Hell in a Cell. Like, that is crazy. Like, yeah. I could watch that match right now and be like, this is so, and like, there's so much going into this. Like, I couldn't imagine being that man right now. And that's what, every time I watch it, I do that. I put myself in his shoes and go like, oh my god.
I don't know. I feel like Mankind needed to win this match.
He didn't have the title? There was no title?
I'm kidding.
How about you go fuck yourself, Joe? I'm done. Alright. But I was looking through every single Hell in a Cell match that there ever was. By the way, there's like 30-something. I watched my pick of the week for the one that I watched was the very first Hell in a Cell match, which was from Bad Blood, 1997, but not Bad Blood with one D for in bad. Bad Blood with two Ds in bad, which is In Your House, BADD Blood, 1997. And the main event is Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker for the #1 contender of the WWF title. And I was just going to watch this match, have no like preconceived ideas of what was going to happen with the match. I completely forgot that Kane debuts during this match, because I've seen it on What Culture and stuff like that. I'd be like, oh, these are cool debuts and stuff like that. But just watching the match for what it is, they were at their prime. I mean, I know Shawn Michaels and Undertaker were in their prime for a while, but they're very, very good wrestlers. Shawn Michaels sells so well. He was a heel in this match. Yeah. And Shawn Michaels sells like a heel should. Heels are supposed to sell to make themselves look hurt more because they're the assholes. You're supposed to be more satisfied when they're getting hurt over when a face is getting hurt. And Shawn Michaels is so good at selling. Like, you could just clothesline him and he would make it look like it hurt like a fuck. Like, just so badly.
Like a fuck.
Like, fucking badly. I didn't want to say a fuck ton because it would have sounded forced. But there's so many cool things going on in this match. It's the very first Hell in a Cell match. You're putting this stuff into it. You're like, how is this going to compare to the new stuff? How is it going to, like, what kind of things are going to do? Like, it was primitive. You think it'd be primitive. But no, pretty much all the stuff that happens in Hell in a Cell matches now happens here, except for a man falling off the side of it. Like, they climb up to the top of it, and like, the crowd probably doesn't expect this to happen, but they do it, and everybody freaks out. Like, Shawn starts climbing it, Undertaker starts climbing it, and no one falls through the middle of it, but there's a chokeslam spot on there. There's even a tombstone, like, not a tombstone, but Shawn Michaels does a pile driver onto the steel steps on Undertaker. Like, it's such a good spot. Like, it's just both of them wrestling really well, and it's so great. And I was really, really enjoying it. And then the lights turn off, and Kane comes, and he's with Paul Bearer. And Kane comes, looks at Undertaker. They look at each other eye to eye. And Kane tombstone pile drives the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels wins the match. And Shawn Michaels is like dead at this point, like just on the ground, can barely move his hand, puts it on top of Undertaker, and he gets the 1-2-3. And you're like, wow, that was like a lot of story there. There was a lot going on. That was like a very, very high quality wrestling match. Like, I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah.
It probably won't be my favorite Hell in a Cell match, but that's definitely a match I think I'll go back and watch sometime soon, or sometime I'll keep it in the back of my mind as far as matches I go and rewatch. But it's very, very good. You guys should watch that match.
Yeah.
It is In Your House, Bad Blood, 1997.
Another one of my
Better
favorites.
than Vengeance, 2005.
It's true. Another one of my favorites is Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker the first time around. They had two Hell in a Cell matches. The first one, I think, is great. They bleed all over the place. They get the crap kicked out of each other. It's a really good match to go back to.
What pay-per-view is this?
Now you're testing me. I just remembered it off the top of my head that it happened, and now you're testing me with.
Put it in the annotations.
I will.
All right.
I probably forget, but I'll try to remember.
And we don't necessarily have to be like, these are why these matches are better, but when you want to have a good Hell in a Cell match, like you got to have the spots.
You need a good story. You need good wrestlers that know how to do a Hell in a Cell match.
But the one thing is, if you're going to have a Hell in a Cell match, you need to have spots that are specific to that type of match.
Exactly.
So Shawn Michaels in my match falls off the side of the cell into a table. That happens in the Dean and Seth match too. Like, you need to do something like that, or someone like where the cell has anything to do with the match.
The chair wrapped in barbed wire is just cool though.
Yeah, but that's basically like, why does the Hell in a Cell match need to exist? It exists for the last resort, where these two guys hate each other and they need some way for this to get even that much better. Like, turn it up. You get a Hell in a Cell match. You don't just get a Hell in a Cell match because it's October and that means it's time for this feud to have a Hell in a Cell match. Like, next year, like, say this was SmackDown brand, we would have saw Kane and Randy Orton, or Kane, Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton have a Hell in a Cell match, and that wouldn't have been warranted at all.
Oh my god.
Exactly.
I feel like AJ Styles doesn't work in Hell in a Cell though. I'm trying to imagine that. I don't see it.
Yeah, that'd be that he could work. I don't know.
Yeah, well, he's like one of the best in the world, so you could figure it out.